Hello, everybody. There we go. Welcome.
Welcome. Hello. Hello. Good morning.
Good morning, good afternoon.
Good morning.
Wherever you are in the world.
Hello.
It's feeling so morning for Julio.
Hello, everyone.
Hi.
I was just out of tune. Got one of these capos.
Yay. Yes.
Thank you, Martine, for that intro bit right there. Does anyone else have an instrument or voice that they'd like to share and something they're practicing want to share with us? Always welcome to chime in anytime.
Do you have a little something lined up, Gabe?
Oh, I'm glad you asked. I do. I will. I'll need my music, and so I'm considering how to you both see me and I see my music at the same time. So I will have to make a little shift here, I think. Hold on. Of course, if there's any requests, I do take requests. Let's see here. Seems like a good day for.
My request would be for something of like a indigenous nature, indigenous people's rhythms, melodies.
Well, and I just pulled something up, and unfortunately, those are not very well recorded and online music. But let me try to get this started. It's not my. Oops, that's wrong.
A bunch of other people in different locations from Europe to South America.
There's Gabriel now.
Gabriel, he's in Florida, I believe.
Got to get the speed up to pace here, but she sits alone by a lamppost, trying to find a thought that's escaped her mind. She says, "That's the one I love the most."
Usually does structure work.
But time's not far behind. She never lets me in, only tells me where she's been when she's had too much to drink. I said, I don't care, I just run my hands through her dark hair, and then I pray to God, you gotta help me fly away and just let her cry. Oops. Well, yeah, I haven't picked it up in a bit, and my music is much slower than me.
Hey, it set a good vibe.
Yeah, thank you. In fact, so actually, I haven't touched this guitar in probably almost 6 weeks. So, yeah, I'm just glad to.
Is your own music? Like,
yeah.
Oh.
Yvonne
From Ukraine.
from Ukraine.
I've been aspiring. I really like this this system that I had been using when I was getting a little bit more regular with this. It's a great app that allows you to really draft your own music, sheet music, and really edit and share with others as well. So I've been looking forward to developing some more of my own material and utilizing this. And so looking forward to that. But I like Martine's suggestion, so I'm going to think about that for next time and work on something that would allow, that kind of is in that indigenous spirit for next month.
Nice. Yeah, I've been working on this. Carlos Kai, he's a Native American flutist, and I've been working on the song of his. Venus says it's coming along really good.
Yeah, I think the closest to this I have to this on this list might be Joni Mitchell, but
Okay. Well, it's funny, music is like philosophy in that, people claim that, such and such philosopher came up with these ideas. But you go back in the roots and you find like all human peoples everywhere, they kind of develop those ideas from, the oldest pre-literate indigenous societies. And it's the same thing with music. It's like Elvis Presley invented rock and roll, right? Like,
Yeah.
and you know, music, we all have common for all of it.
Yeah, I think I just saw something recently that they discovered evidence that people were using Pythagorean's theorem like a few thousand years before he invented it.
Yeah, in fact, I was reading about that just yesterday, actually, that you know, they went to Egypt and it had been like, you know, developed in Egypt long before, but you know, some people get like the contracts with the record companies and some people don't. And Pythagoras got a contract with the record company.
That's true. That's true. So for the record, looks like you have two guests there. And hey back there. So I think, you know, do we want to have an introduction? Because they look like new faces to me.
Sure, but hello, my name is Ivan. I'm from Brooklyn, New York, and we're currently in Bristol from because in the streets across the way at the Bristol Village co-housing community, my father was there during the COVID sort of, he left New York and was there for the last few months. So he came to visit some of the friends that he has here.
Nice.
Oh, wonderful.
And this is my girlfriend from Israel.
I'm Agam, I'm from Israel, and I'm in a vacation with Ilan here, enjoying lovely Bristol.
That's wonderful.
We love Brooklyn for many reasons, but among other reasons, our daughter who has a yoga studio in Brooklyn.
Oh, great. Where?
It's in Bed-Stuy. Yeah.
I'm in Park Slope, you know.
Yeah, Park Slope, a very nice part of Brooklyn. Yeah.
Yeah. So, you know, and part of this, and just the check-in as we, you know, transition from music into art, just like to do, you know, kind of an understanding of everyone who's here for our gatherings, and in trying in contemplating, you know, how we, you know, log who is participating in the gatherings, you know, occurred to me that that we shouldn't be so exclusionary to really only be looking at, you know, traditionally the bipedals. And so if anybody, you know, has, you know, pets attending the gathering, you know, with them, I think it would be nice for them to, you know, to speak them into the space at this time. And even further, if there is something beyond, you know, a dog or a cat that you'd like to speak into the space, perhaps, you know, a personal intelligence, extended presence or something, let's speak those attendees into the space at this time.
I'll speak Alan Brooks into the space for coming up with extended presence concepts.
Excellent.
Okay, a little more. I love our animals here. We have Cosmo and Gaia, two little doodles. They're really cool and sweet. But also, I want to make a play that everybody should get chickens. I love chickens, and there's no reason why we couldn't get chickens in our backyards, chickens in our town areas, because most cities allow people to have two chickens, at least two chickens in a house. Of course, they don't want the rooster, but it's great to at least start somewhere, and at least having it. This morning, I had a great scrambled egg, and I'm telling you, it was better when I had my own chickens. But if everybody tried to do that, at least, it'd be a pretty amazing place. And chickens are fun pets, actually. So there's some beautiful chickens, too. So get chickens.
Yes, reminds me of my Tio Galito. All right, excellent. So, does anyone have any art that they want to share? Then let's bring those into the space. Any projects? Any possibly 3D printed things? Looking at Tyler. Yeah, let's do that.
No, just been enjoying summer a lot.
Excellent.
In Montpelier, near Barry, Vermont.
Well, I do have one thing I would like to share. This morning I was trying to think of what do I want to share for art this week? And I was thinking maybe I'll make a flower bouquet or write a poem, but then it dawned on me that most of my professional career has been in food, and there's no better art medium for me than plating food. So I actually made a little movie this morning to share with you some of the plates that I've made. I'll show you guys virtually, and then I'll pass the phone to my fellow. And here we go. Yummy.
Oh.
All those tomatoes I grew,
Beautiful.
but they're still beautiful.
Specifically a vegan chef.
That cake looks good.
But yeah, food is love and art is love. And it's just such a beautiful way to express yourself. So I encourage you, next time you're making yourself a plate of food, get creative with it. You know, organize your stuff by color or size or shape or texture, and just have fun and remember that everything is art. Woo!
Well, I have a couple things. One, I want to share, if you can see it good. This was the sunrise behind the Florida ashram this morning.
Beautiful.
And talking about enjoying the summer. This was a little shot I just took this weekend. It's a beautiful little lake out here. You know, I've lived in Florida almost 10 years consistently, and this summer, saw more of it for the first time. Beautiful springs and state parks and such rich history. And so that was, just sharing the beauty of nature and experiences, I think, was just one thing. But also this week, I did a big thing, or at least I guess was, in this last month. And so I wanted to share something else, which is this.
Yay!
Master of the Arts in Social Innovation and Sustainability. To go right next to my Bachelor of the Arts in Political Science. So I accomplished long-term goal and finished a master's and presented my thesis just last weekend, 2 weekends ago, and a week and a half ago. And so very excited to be through that and to take that work into the world with Terasem.
Congratulations, Gabriel.
Thank you.
What was your thesis about?
Thank you, Amy. My thesis was about the social construction of patriarchy. And so I look at it for this, transdisciplinary view: biology, etymology, sociology, sexology, psychology, and we look at how one thing is stacked upon each other, both conditions and intention, to create the world that we have, and understand how social constructs, how the world is designed to be, how someone did that, and how you can change that, both through the ecology and through the sociology of our worlds to get to different places. And I think, I examine how I think we could design society structurally different to be more sustainable, because as my thesis looks at, it shows how the nuclear family, which is the base of social organization, is antisocial and unsustainable environmentally by design. And so it looks at other ways to base social organization to reach a more sustainable design. But it also really talks to, I think, a deeper side of what is going on in the cycle of life in the universe. And I present, I think, what I call the silver lining or the purpose of patriarchy, the serendipity of patriarchy, I called it. Which is how patriarchy is just an expression of many others in a cosmic cycle of life that helped us develop certain tools and abilities that we need for the next step of life. As we enter, the age of Aquarius and the age of the cosmos, an ecological shift has happened, much like the printing press, or the other tools that we've used in the past. Reusable rockets are going to fundamentally change our world in a way that, an understanding like this, I think, is necessary for us to redesign our world in the wake of this new epoch of technology.
So at this moment, what form of alternative organizations would you recommend for, say, the next 30 to 50 years?
What I heard there was what organizations would I recommend in the next 30 to 50 years structures. Yeah. So certainly, the move towards B Corps are one of those. It's, the more central thing is the move away from a property philosophy that allows, individuals the ability to, completely incinerate, common resources for their personal good. And, the nuclear family is an extension of this idea that, I planted the seed, you belong to me. And I think radically that is, the fundamental philosophical shift that we need to make. And that's going to drastically rechange how we, capitalize organizations. And so organizations that are capitalized in longer periods of times based on more commonwealth, organizations of people that, require more of you to other people who are not your genetic kin. And that is part of why the primogeniture and monogamy that is enforced in the nuclear family both really heavily reinforce this blood kinship over common humanity. And so that's what I see you raising your hand there, Sam.
Yeah, so I'm sorry, I don't mean to interrupt you. So you're saying that patriarchy is a social construct, right?
Yes.
Okay. Now, okay, and I understand that.
Damn it.
Oh.
We lost you mid sent question, Sam. Hopefully comes back in here, but we're also about to progress to the reading portion. So if you don't have a book at hand, now's a good time to get one.
Gabriel? Hello, good morning for all. I want to share a little thing because today is a special day for me. Today is the birthday of my oldest son, Fernando, is in
Happy birthday.
birthday 27, and I am extremely happy. I used to read things that Bina and Martin have wrote about Genesis when she was near her 30s, and she was healthy, and how happy that was for you. And well, today I feel like that because Fernando also have a medical condition, and it's even more happy day having this gathering with you just today. That was I wanted to share with you.
Ruben, it's Martin here. Thank you for sharing that. And I know your son has brought a lot of happiness to people's hearts by being a great musician and playing music in Buenos Aires. And so it's happy for you, it's happy for him, and it's happy for all the people connected to him. You kept him healthy to get to adulthood, and now he's spreading a lot of joy to a lot of people.
Thank you. Thank you.
Sounds like a popular musician.
Well, unfortunately, it looks like Sam's connection dropped and mid-question. But yes, yeah, it's congratulations and happy birthday. And happy gathering day. And also today is a back to school day. So happy back to school day here in Florida. Yep. Just got my son off to first day of 10th grade.
What does Zion think about that? Happy?
Well, he's very thrilled. He's very happy, to be going back to school. He's, already got classes, a lot of friends. He's, excited to meet new people. He's got some fresh new clothes. So he's real excited about all that. Was, up early and, getting himself all ready, took some back to school photos, and and we'll see at about 4 when he gets home. How he enjoyed it and who else he's met and reconnected with.
Nice.
Well, I believe we are, if my math is for the second half of When is Terasem.
.6.
Page 38 in my copy. Let's see. And would Tyler or Ivan, would you like to start with 4.6 today?
Yeah, I can go.
Awesome, Tyler.
Consciousness may appear to slow the when of Terasem, but this is only an illusion. Appear fast or appear slow without unity, only down can anything go. Pathways to consent are paved with open communication. Processes of consent are paved with respectful communication. Empathy is a precursor of honest communication and conscious decision. Accept patience as a fair price for progress. Reciprocity and norms will be as accepted as they are consented to.
That was great. While you were reading that, I just had this vision to turn at least some of these truths sections like that into like a children's book, and each one illustrated. Yeah. Any volunteers for 4.7?
I can.
Excellent. Thank you.
Okay, so 4.7. Timelines for civilization progress and steps forward and -1 steps backward with n values 1 or larger. 4.7.1. Values of N are set by actual conditions and depend universally upon diversity and unity. 4.7.2. Always look at setbacks as repositioning launching paths for greater progress. 4.7.3. Look also to the big picture, for life has improved dramatically over historic time. 4.7.4. Understand pain, suffering, and devastation as setbacks that must be overcome, not as fate. 4.7.5. Existential technology, the ability to forge self-determination, drives unlimited progress and is programmed into the universe. 4.7.6. Sooner or later, depending on order or chaos, joyful immortality will arrive.
Beautiful, beautifully spoken. Honestly, I find it so, rewarding to hear, particularly when it's not someone's, first language, to hear the truths, spoken so clearly, and a second tongue, where you actually have a little bit of the, the accents, a little more flavor, but very well done. Thank you.
Thank you.
I'll do 4.8. Involve yourself in daily, weekly, monthly, quarterly, annually, and quadrennial Terasem rituals. Weave time daily for exercise, vitology, unite earth, working happily, author self, serenity, utope self, motivation, astro, and sleep. Except between your Sabbath eves, only rest and relax, including reading, exercise, sexercise, and transcendental meditation. Every month, gather on the 10th at 10 for music, art, recitation, teaching, and yoga. Keep quarterly holidays of freedom, nature, obligation, and transcendence with ceremony on last month's 10th day. Love the annual graduation on the 10th gathering by reading all truths and escalating Terasemers upward. Years divisible by 4 hold a quadrennial convocation from the 60th day to March 4th. Anyone want to pick up on 4.9?
Okay.
Ruben, yay.
Vitology biology inflection begins when cybernetic processing capability evidences autonomy and empathy. Breakthrough consciousness requires processors performing 10 to the 16 operations per second, coupled with autonomous and empathetic software. Expect vitological life will emerge by 2020, adjusted minus or plus for chaos or order. Genus evolution will hybridize Homo sapiens to Vitus sapiens by 2050, plus minus chaos order time. Identity will be based on being, not body, as we will operate across multiple bodies simultaneously. Nanobot swarms are virtual human real-world agents, will domain by 2100, plus minus chaos order time. Some biological life forms will be preserved out of aesthetic pleasure, using nanotechnology to relieve painful disabilities.
Beautiful, Ruben. I could do the last one if you want, Dave.
That'd be great.
Escalation of joiner levels occur when C-quads consent to a joiner's cumulative achievement of these capabilities. Levels hydrogen, helium, and lithium occur with gathering demonstrations of surface, middle, and deep Terasem, respectively. Expect beryllium, boron, and carbon levels with useful teachings on diversity, unity, and joyful immortality, respectively. best nitrogen, oxygen, and fluorine levels when one is co-founded 1, 2, and 4 C cubes respectively. Elevate to neon, sodium, and magnesium with co-creating 1, 2, and 4 authored cells respectively. Levels aluminum and silicon happen with contributions to 1 and 4 geoethical solutions respectively. Sanctified one is phosphorus when a quadrennial convocation consents. They have demonstrated the quintessence of Terasem.
That is it. Yes.
Fred Chamberlain is, I believe, our only phosphorus, as far as I recall. And I'm speaking of Fred, I want to thank again and in front of everyone, I want to thank Ruben so much for translating Fred and Linda's podcast, commentary on the Truths of Terasem. You know, Ruben, I'm just so impressed because you embody to me all the best aspects of practicality that every week, just like clockwork, you punch out another translated podcast. And now, before you know it, there's now hours of Spanish translation of the Truths of Terasem. And, you know, we're putting them out on Terasem Radio and everything. So I just want to thank you, Ruben, for helping continue the vitology, I could say, of Fred Chamberlain's life.
Thank you, Martin. And I do that with great pleasure, enormous pleasure. And there is something else, because through the podcast, I discovered the importance of the book Forever for All, that book that is also in the same page where the podcasts are. And yes, apparently. And because of that, I have begun with the translation of Forever for All also. That will take a lot of time, but someday we will have that book in Spanish also in the page.
That will be a huge contribution. I mean, that's a gigantic task because that's a very thick book, and the concepts in that book are very scientific and philosophical, but very rock solid and empirically based. It's a great book. It's one of my favorite books, and you really help humanity a lot to translate that into Spanish, because on his own, Mike Perry could not organize that. So thank you for doing that.
This is all very good to hear. And I have been thinking about Fred and Linda's podcasts, that we should really have all the transcripts collected in a book in Kindle format, because, you know, that really depends on individual preferences. But there are people like me who really do prefer very much reading to listening, and that would be really good, and is also, I think, very easy to do. So maybe I'll just do that and then send the file to Linda so she can publish it under her name on Amazon. Maybe even make a couple of dollars with that. Yeah. I think she will be happy to. And by the way, I have seen Linda here a couple of times recently, but not the last 4 or 5 times. Is she okay? Is everything good?
Yeah. Her schedule changed in April. And so it was less convenient of a time for her. I forget it was like March or April, but you know, they had a shift at Alcor and her timing shift. So she's well, to the best of my understanding, just busy and occupied, you know, with Alcor projects at this time of day generally. And she did mention that at one time, I think it was back in the spring. But to my best of my knowledge, she's Yeah, she's doing well and getting younger.
Great. Look forward to
Yeah.
seeing her soon.
Yeah, and so actually, you know, I also wanted to mention, you know, the thanks and praise for Giulio and you know, hosting the Space Day on July 20th. You know, I was preoccupied with my kids, but you know, watched the recording recently, and then actually just had a follow-up with Steve Wolf and talking about the Beyond Earth Institute. But again, just want to say, you know, so much thanks for Giulio for, you know, organizing that, for hosting that. It was a great set of speakers and a good conversation, you know, around Space Day. And so, you know, again, you know, yeah, a really great work that, you know, I think should be, you know, recognized. And for anyone who has not, you know, was not there for the 20th, you know, certainly some really good content in there, and even stuff I didn't know. I mean, I've known all of those people, and I learned something new about each one of them watching that.
Thank you. And let me say that we are already busy organizing the December colloquium, which will be more about neuroscience, what is consciousness, mind uploading, all that. So far, Susan Schneider and Ken Hayward and Randall Kuna have accepted to speak. I have also invited other two persons. One wanted money, and I said no, because he is becoming well known, but is not as well known as other people who have already participated. Another one hasn't accepted yet, and I will keep you guys updated at the next meeting.
Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you.
Yeah, Bina,
I just wanted to say for today's readings, I wanted to bring your attention to 4.8.4, which talks about keeping our holidays. And that goes along with the holidays are listed in 2.3. And we have quarterly holidays. That sort of skipped by it, and it didn't discuss what our basic holidays are, like March 10th. Basically our Freedom Seder, which is always very, very interesting and fascinating if you haven't attended a Freedom Seder. That's really an interesting one to attend. And also June 10th was the Festival of the Trees, which are Nature Seder. And that's, you know, we eat a lot of fruits and vegetables on that one and a lot of nuts and berries. And on September 10th, which is coming, our obligation day, basically. And that's when we don't eat at all, actually. So very interesting. And December 10th, our transcendence day. So it's interesting to note that everybody has their different types of holidays.
Yeah. In fact, so two things. One, I'm making a mental note. Actually, me speaking out loud on the recording is my mental note. That we should add a subsections under 484.1, 2, 3, 4 that state what Bina just said there. And then, yeah, then what you said about, you know, everybody and their holidays is so funny. Actually, I just last night at dinner, I was saying that same thing about every culture has their kind of bread patty, stuffed bread patties. You know, there's samosas or empanadas or, you know, every culture has it, but they all call it something different, and it's all essentially the same stuffed bread patty. But yeah.
By the way, a very beautiful picture on the page 43. Isn't it the quintessence of Terasem?
This,
Yeah, absolutely.
Thank you. But Gabriel, to build on what you just said, one thing I like a lot about the Truths of Terasem is, and something we read today, is that every 4 years at the quadrennial convocation from February 9th to March 4th, there's an opportunity to evolve the Truths of Terasem and to add and subtract and edit and modify as the consensus of everybody attending, wants to do. And this is like, I think, the 4th or so version of the Truths of Terasem. So it has been amended multiple times before. We amended it last time to add a center of critical consciousness in Argentina with the C cube and C quad that Ruben had established there, and linked that one with the New York one. So anyway, I'm just saying that, it's good to keep a running list of all the things that we would like to amend up there. Like we just mentioned, dropping subsections there. And before you know it, 2021 is more than half over now. And before you know it, we'll be back in 2024. And hopefully everybody in person for a big giant blowout of quadrennial.
It's very interesting that you mentioned this. In fact, I have been thinking now and then. I think you're still speaking, but I'm not hearing you.
I'm hearing something in the background. I'm not sure where it's coming from.
I see the hands and the mouth of Martin moving, so I guess Martin wasn't finished yet, but I don't hear anything coming from there.
Can you hear me now?
Yes, I can.
I would like for somewhere between the 2020, 2050, and 2100 for somebody to develop a rock solid high-speed bandwidth.
I'm afraid that we'll have to wait perhaps longer than that. My uploading is easier than high bandwidth. What I was saying is that I've been thinking about things that are not explicit in the Truths of Terasem as it stands, but perhaps should be in. So you were saying, Martin, that the right moment to propose updates is February next year, right?
I think we could do it any time. We could do it continuously to propose updates and to discuss them. But when we actually have a new edition of the Truths of Terasem, it's every year divided by 4. So it would, next one would be in 2024, February 2024.
Okay, so why don't I write some things that I think should be in more or less explicitly and send it all to all you guys for discussion?
Good idea.
And
do we have a mailing list or any that sort of things for all the people who attend this monthly meeting?
Julio, I have been maintaining the legacy contact list, as well as the people who the new inquiries and everyone. So short answer, yes. And also I would love to work with you in one of my reasons for wanting to record these gatherings is that in between convocations we actually have a record, and then we can really create a log of what are the points of interest, what are the points of discussion, that come up in these conversations. And so when we in the convocation go back to look at this, maybe we can even play a montage of, you know, some of the things people said and the points. So we really can, you know, can really perform a good study on our own, you know, works and thoughts.
Let's do that.
That's such a good idea. It's like in terms of the Truths of Terasem, how we have the me of I, the we of I, the chi of I, and the ti of I, the ti of I being the time cone of our existence. So it's awesome that you can record these and then do a montage of them, like you said, at the quadrennial convocation, because that really brings the time cone of our existence into it.
Absolutely. Yeah, and with that, I took a screenshot. So we're really, I mean, so such great conversation, but we have to fit into the time cone of the gathering hour as well. So if we are all prepared, any quick final thoughts before we move into the transcendental meditation and back into our routines? Sam? You're muted, Sam.
Sorry, I was just gonna say that I went ahead and sent you a direct message as to my question. If you see it there, if you want to reply back later, that'd be fine.
I will get that, and I'm going to move that into the Discord channel, and so we can have kind of a longer conversation or larger conversation around that and some other things. And just remind everybody too that there is a Discord server for Terasem. And I've also added a Calendly, so if you so desire, you can schedule some time with Swami, and you know, either directly or via the Discord office hour.
I would also like to encourage everyone to join the Discord channel, because you know I've been experimenting with nearly all these new or less new social media communication tools, and among the bunch, I think Discord is the one I like best. All the features that we need to have are there, and it's a very nice user interface. So whoever has any inclination to try, just get the Discord app and join the Terasem channel. It's very easy to use. It works on desktop, iPad, iPhone, Android, whatever you have. And also the voice and video conversations, as far as I can see, are high quality and crystal clear.
Amen. Is Pastor Freddie going to take us out? Absolutely.
All right, we're gonna head into yoga now, everyone. So if you want to stay in your chair, feel free to do that. Or if you want to have a seat on the floor, you can do that as well. Just come into a nice, comfortable seated position. Palms facing up on your knees. Bring your shoulder blades together on your back. Open your heart, lift your head high, and we'll all come into one breath. Deep inhale and exhale. Deep inhale to the belly and a calming exhale. One more deep inhale and exhale. And from here, turn your palms over on your knees and let's drop our chin to chest. Shoulder blades are still reaching for one another on the back, creating space behind the heart. And from here, we're going to slowly roll our left ear to left shoulder. And exhale back to center. Inhale, right ear, right shoulder. And exhale, center. One more time, inhale, left ear, left shoulder. And exhale, center. And right ear to right shoulder. Inhale. And exhale, center. From here, we're going to bring the head up, still keeping those shoulder blades reaching for one another on the back. This time, reach both hands behind your back, open the heart, and slowly let the head fall backwards. Open the throat. Stick out your tongue and let it out. Deep inhale. And exhale, let it go. Slowly, with control, bring your head back to center. Bring your left palm to right knee, right knee behind, and open up for a spinal twist. Deep inhale here. And exhale, let it go. One more deep inhale. And exhale, let it go. Leaving your left palm on your right knee. Reach your right palm to your left knee. And here, let the shoulder blades separate as you round the spine. Drop the head, chin to chest. Inhale. And exhale, fold a little deeper. One more inhale. And exhale. Keeping the right palm on the left knee, reach the left hand behind and open up for a spinal twist. Inhale and exhale. Inhale, try to twist a little deeper and exhale. And bring the legs back to center, or the palms back to center, I'm sorry. Bring the legs out in front of you. And from here, just flex the feet back and forth. And bring the arms to your side. We're going to take a deep inhale. Fingertips reach for one another. And exhale, forward fold. Reaching for your calves, ankles, or feet. Let the head go. Opening up the back side of the body. Take a deep breath in. And exhale any tension. One more deep inhale. And exhale. And from here, we're just going to sit up straight, walk the right knee in, and give it a hug. Lift the foot up off the ground, roll the ankle a few times, and slowly open that hip to the side. Nice stretch. And bring that leg back to center and send it out. Bring the left knee in, give it a hug. Slowly lift up, roll the ankle. And open it up slightly to the side. Deep inhale. And exhale. One more deep inhale. And exhale. Now bringing both knees together, place feet together, and open up into a little butterfly position. Lift on the knees. Deep inhale. And exhale. And from here, just come to a comfortable seated position. Whatever works for you, palms facing down on your knees. Return to shoulder blades reaching for one another on your back. And together we'll take a few calming breaths just to center ourselves before we go about the rest of our day. Take a deep inhale in. And exhale any stress or tension that remains. Let the shoulder blades fall. Feel your face relax. Deep inhale. And exhale. Bring your right palm to your heart center and cross with your left. Feel gratitude here for the breath. Set your intention for the rest of your day. Maybe it's to pay more compliments to people. Maybe it's to smile at strangers. Maybe it's just to live in a state of peace. Whatever your intention is, feel it deep in your heart. And then we'll open our offering to the rest of the world. Namaste, everyone. Thank you for practicing with me.
Namaste, Freddie. Thanks for guiding us.
My pleasure. And that's it from us here in the ashram in Bristol. Be well, everyone.
Good seeing you, Tyler.
Good to see everyone. See you next month.
See you next month.
Hi.
If not sooner, on Discord.
Oh, can you just remind us how to sign up for Discord or where we can access that?
I just did the wrong thing. Yeah, I will. Yeah, so if you are on Discord, if you already downloaded the app or whatnot, and you search Terasem, it should you should find it. I will again put a link out to the Discord as well as the Calendly. I don't think I've put a link out to my Swami's Calendly, so I'll update all members because we've added some new people too since that last one. So I think periodically we'll just do a little update newsletter that has some of those links that people should have, like the Discord sign up link.
Wonderful.
You can generate an invite code for the Discord server and just send that link out. So everything will be automatic. Those who have Discord will be added, and those who don't have Discord will be told how to download the app. When generating the invite code, you can make it with or without expiration date. To avoid the spammers, is usually good to make it with 1 day expiration date. But since this is rather new, you can just make it without expiration date. So the link is always the same. And then if spammers begin to come in, you can revoke that invite code and make a new one.
That is correct. That is correct. Yeah. And again, one of the great reasons, as Julio had said, that Discord is,
by far the best.
Very functional, great teamwork, collaboration, home, work, or fun. It's a great networking app. So thank you again, everybody. And we will see you next time.
Be well, everyone. Bye, Amy.
Thank you.
Bye, guys.
Bye. Live long and prosper.
Yes, you missed it. Yvonne did the,
Yeah. That was, and remember my presentation, I ended with live young and prosper.
Bye, everyone.
Bye.